story to tell. The Chengdu J-7 has been the most capable fighter in the People's Liberation Army Air Force since the late 1960s, and to this day it has not been decommissioned. The People's Liberation Army Air Force recently delivered the first batch of the J-7G fighters to a special squadron for training purposes. The Xi'an Flight Academy has taken over this aircraft to replace older J-7B fighters for training. The design of the J-7 was based on the Mig-21 fighter from the Soviet Union, which served in the Soviet Air Force in 1959. The original J-7s were much inferior to the original Soviet models. The Chinese invested heavily in this design and made it a formidable fighter. Production of the J-7 continued until 2013. Although the design was gradually replaced by more advanced platforms such as domestic J-10A and J-11B from the early 2010s, the J-7 is still appreciated for its low operating cost and easy of maintenance. The J-7G represents the most advanced variant of the J-7 fighter line. It has a much higher rate of composite material uses compared to the first generations. It features an all-glass cockpit, new double delta wings, 3 multifunctional HUD screens, and hands-on throttle and stick control. The equipment of a modern fighter has also been added, such as enhanced flight vision system, reduced radar cross-section, and improved fuel tank, and additional features of 4th-generation fighters. While the J-10 is in service as a light single-engine fighter, the J-7G can be classified as an ultralight fighter, which the People's Liberation Army Air Force does not use in combat missions. A significant number of J-7s have been retired in recent years to switch to J-10 or even more advanced and heavier fighters like the J-16, which 3 times as large. It makes sense to withdraw a J-7G squadron from the front line for training. The outdated fighters were gradually replaced by more advanced 4+ and 4++ generation aircraft. Although many countries have stopped using the Mig-21 and J-7, they are still useful in the People's Liberation Army Air Force. J-10Cs or even J-16s are much more advanced, but they are also much more expensive, and their cost per hour flight is also much higher than that of the J-7. Transferring J-7Gs to a training unit will provide more efficient simulation than outdated J-7Bs, and also more cost-effective than purchasing expensive trainers. The J-7G can still quickly enter combat mode if required in the event of a full-blown conflict. The 4++ J-7C light fighters have entered service since 2018 and are being produced at tremendous speed. More than 200 J-7Cs have entered the People's Liberation Army efforts. After the J-7, the heavy fighter Su-27SK is expected to be the next fighter scheduled to retire. My video about Chinese J-7 fighter ends here. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.